Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 28, and today we have games against Everton and Bristol City in the FA Cup. Before we play those games, I'm going to show you how Swansea have been getting on off camera. So in the last episode, you saw our 3-2 victory over Galatasaray in the Europa League before our 1-1 draw against Spurs. I then played several games off camera, and I started with a 3-1 defeat to Stoke in the Premier League before beating Lokomotiv Moscow by 2-0 in our final group stage game in the Europa League. We then lost 2 on the bounce, first to Chelsea and then to West Ham, and then we got a massive win against Newcastle, which we really needed after so many games without winning the Premier League. And then we lost 2-0 to City, and this was just briefly on this game real quick. I played a 5-4-1 in this game, and in fact I might be able to just quickly show you here. I played a 5-4-1 and I tried my absolute hardest to contain for the entire game and hope that we could see out a point and get something from the game. We just contained for the entire game, and Callum Wilson missed a penalty in the first half. Had he scored it, it could have been magical, but unfortunately they scored 2 late goals to get what they deserved, which was a win, and they got all 3 points. Anyway, following that, we bounced back with a 3-1 victory over West Brom even, and then we had a 1-1 draw against Bristol City at Ashton Gate in our FA Cup third round tie, which means today we face Everton and Bristol City, not Everton and Cardiff like I initially planned to play, because this replay comes in between these 2 games. But we've already seen a 4th round draw. If we get through, it will be another tie against a lower league opposition if we can get through this replay, and we shall face, actually I can't find out because we haven't got to that stage yet, but anyway, we'll be facing lower league opposition if we can get through once again. So possibly today, if we beat Bristol City, this could be the start of a good FA Cup run, our first since season 1, or if we lose, it could be disastrous, as I could be fearing the sack possibly, because this would be a massive failure in this competition. Anyway, in the Premier League as well, just to show you, right now we're in 9th place, halfway through the season, 19 games played. A win in this game will see us leapfrog West Brom and go into 8th place right now, but it's not been the best of seasons in the Premier League for us. 9th place is, it's not terrible, it's not terrible at all, but with the signings we'd made for this season, splashing so much cash, I was hopeful we'd be performing better than last season. That's not been the case. And also as well, in Europa League, we drawn against Mainz in the first knockout stage. In the last episode too, I did say that if we finished in 2nd place in our group, we would face a Champions League team that finished in 3rd place. That's not true, so I got that wrong. Apologies for that, but still, we'll be taking them on Mainz in the first knockout round, and hopefully we'll be able to get through that tie. So after about 5 minutes worth of nattering on, let's get into the game. Is there anyone that talks longer than me? Seriously. Anyway, coming to the first game of today's episode, and we do take on Everton away at Goodison Park. A pretty big game for us as we aim to start climbing up the Premier League table once again. This is the team we've picked. It's the 4-4-1-1, starting with Timo Horn in goal, back for Davies, Brooks, Marlon and Mallow. In midfield, Lingard on the left, Bentancur on the right, and in the middle, Joe Allen and Sam Redmond, who's come in of late and actually been doing pretty well, I must say. He started a few games and been pretty decent alongside Joe Allen. Sigurdsson is our attacking midfielder, and Gabby Barbosa is our striker. On the bench we have Berisha, Corker, George, Roberto, Sisto, Cullen and Wilson. Right now, as you can see, a couple of injury problems. Ayew and Bonnie have just left for the African Cup of Nations as well. Kadir is currently injured, Pereira is currently injured, and also Esposito, sadly our £30 million record man, strained his knee ligaments and is currently injured right now. Not good to see for his development. And also as well, one thing to show you real quick, almost forgot, we have sold a player too. Where are we here? Jefferson Montero has gone to Fiorentina for £3.5 million. I like Montero. He was alright whenever he played for us. He put in a decent shift. He played quite well. He was out of contract a few months ago. We gave him a new one, but he's already gone after just a few months for £3.5 million. I'm totally fine with that. He wasn't going to get too much football here. He's 29 years old now, so Montero's gone, and that's that. So this is the team for the Everton game, and hopefully we can get a big win as we try to get a good run of form going in the Premier League, because we sorely need it. And the first highlight comes very early on as Arthur plays a long ball through towards Diego Costa, who could be through, and fires his shot wide the post. That was a simple long ball which we failed to deal with there. And fortunately, the Brazilian-born Spanish striker could not take advantage, still goalless. And here's a highlight for us here with Sigurdsson crossing in the corner towards Marlon, who hits the bar, and then Portillo scrambles it off the line and gets it clear. Marlon hitting the woodwork as we almost took the lead. Here's Diego Costa through towards Barkley, and Horn makes a really good save and turns behind for a corner. We lost possession a couple of times there in our own half, but Timo Horn makes a really good save, and then from the corner, Brooks heads it behind for another corner. So still goalless, both sides having a couple of good chances, but it is still 0-0. And with 18 minutes to go, we are still deadlocked at 0-0. Will one of these sides win the game? Well, Coleman plays a long ball towards Djordjevic here. He could be through. Marlon comes across. He takes it round him. And still the number 14 on the ball. Spurs the chance. Puts it way wide of the post. Let off there. I thought it was going to be free one-on-one. I've been reluctant to make changes all game long, but now I'm going to do so. I'm going to bring on Sisto. And I'm going to play Allen and Bentaker through the middle. Sigurdsson stays our attacking midfielder. And hopefully we'll find a goal to possibly win us the game. But Barbosa, our top scorer, off for Callum Wilson as well, who hasn't played well this season. I know he's had his injury problems, but still, we've got 12 minutes to go. Can we find a winning goal? It'll be big for our season. So 2.5 minutes to go. Can we win the game late on here as Bentaker finds Sigurdsson through towards the substitute Callum Wilson. Plays it out wide. Finds his fellow substitute Sisto. Wilson's there and he scores as well. Get in. Everton 0, Swansea 1. And we've won the game surely with 2 minutes on the clock. I made the changes. Brought on Sisto, Wilson and Roberto. And all three of those were involved in that build-up. A good ball out wide towards Sisto, who whipped in a cross. And the former Bournemouth striker was on hand to put the ball into the back of the net. A great delivery by Sisto. Wilson unmarked, volleys the ball in. Everton 0, Swansea 1. Fantastic stuff. And there it is, final score, Everton 0, Swansea 1. We get the win late on in this game, and that is absolutely fantastic. I made a treble change, well, 2 changes and then 1 late on as well. Wasn't sure whether it would work, but it did, and we get ourselves the 3 points. And that is a big, big win for us as well, because we have never been in good form all season long. We started off the season quite well, but since then we've never had a good run of results in succession. So that's a massive win for us, that one, especially against a really good side in a similar league position as well. So now 20 games in, past the halfway stage, we do leapfrog West Brom, go into 8th place. We're still a point behind Everton, who we just beat, and 4 points behind Liverpool as well, and 7 behind Spurs in 5th. But that's a big, big win for us there. We really needed it. Well done, everyone. That's massive. And as we come into the second game of today's episode, it is against Bristol City in the FA Cup third round. This is the side I'm going with, sticking with the 4-4-1, but changing the side completely. Berisha starts in goal, back four of George, Williams, Papadopoulos and Kieran Trippier. In midfield, Lockhead on the left. Got to do that every single time now. Lockhead, really? Lockhead's on the left, Sisto's on the right, and in the middle it's Roberto and Sami Khedira. Pereira is our attacking midfielder, and Callum Wilson is our lone striker. On the bench we have Horn, Corker, Taylor, Sigurdsson, Lingard, Barbosa, and Liam Cullen. So, game against Bristol City is quite important as well, because going out at this stage in the FA Cup will be considered a failure, especially against lower league opposition. We are firm favourites of the game, but of course resting our entire side could prove to be our downfall. Hopefully not, let's get the win. And the side we will face if we get through to the next round is either Sunderland or Plymouth. And Plymouth have taken an early lead away at the Stadium of Light, so we'll keep an eye on that game as this one goes on as well. But 35 minutes in, no chances yet, hopefully soon. I'm going to quickly change to an attacking style of play and also higher the tempo as well. Try and get the ball moving around a little bit and try to put Bristol City under some pressure early. So first highlight here, Pereira swings in across, it's dealt with. They'll come back to Pereira, finds Sergio Roberto. Roberto through towards Sisto, got the assist for our winning goal in the last game. He's tackled by his man, and Tommy Elphick takes down Sisto, and we win ourselves a penalty. Now the last time Wilson got the ball and took a spot kick, he missed it. That was against City. The game could have been so different had he converted. It's about the same time as well in this game as the one he missed against Manchester City. So time for redemption, Callum Wilson. Come on, score this penalty for us. No, it's saved by O'Donnell. You're getting taken off penalty kick-taking duties, mate. That's twice in a row now. Dear, oh dear. Swansea 0, Bristol City 0. Oh, for goodness sake, Callum. Twice he has missed a penalty at home at around that time in the game against a side with City in their name. So, is the writing on the wall? Are we going to concede 2 late goals again? Let's hope not, but Callum Wilson, mate, one thing's for sure, you are not taking penalties ever again, for goodness sake. I'm changing it now, I'm changing it now. Callum Wilson's our 4th penalty kick taker, but he's off. He's not taking any more ever again. The guy is just absolutely atrocious. He keeps on missing them. I'd rather have Berisha take a penalty than Callum Wilson. I wouldn't, actually, let's take Berisha off. But either way, it's ridiculous. I cannot understand why he's just Barbosa's not able to score from the spot. What's going on? And here is a corner for us. Pereira swings it in towards Ashley Williams. The captain finds George. Saved by the goalkeeper and then saved by O'Donnell again. I was about to say blocked. It was a double save by O'Donnell, the number 12 for Bristol City. And from the corner it's dealt with. It is still goalless in this game. Can we win it later on? Oh, I've just seen a real stroke of misfortune for Bristol City, as this game has been a complete card fest. Emir Hughes has just got injured, and of course they've already made their 3 subs. As we're going into extra time, they're a man light, so we've got to find a winning goal in these 30 minutes here. They've got a man disadvantage. We've got to capitalise on this. And we're going to change the tactics as well going into extra time, and some personnel changes too. Going to play with a much higher urgency, spread the play, get it out wide as well, and try to get ourselves in the faces of our opponents, win the ball back as quickly as possible, and get the ball forward a bit quicker as well. And in terms of personnel changes too, Kadir is coming off and Wilson's coming off as well. Going to bring on Jesse Lingard, playing him down the left, and Lockhead is going to play through the middle like he can, and Barbosa will be the lone striker coming on for Callum Wilson. So 30 minutes of extra time. Can we find a winning goal, or will we go into a shootout? Let's hope not. Well, I must say, I'm really disappointed with this. We're in extra time right now. We've got a man advantage. We're taking on lower league opposition, yet we're still deadlocked at 0-0. But right on cue, we've got ourselves a highlight. Come on, George finds Jesse Lingard through towards Lockhead, who plays that wide towards George down his left-hand side, plays it back towards Lingard, now inside to Lockhead, finds Gylfi Sigurdsson, now Barbosa, can he turn his man, finds Sigurdsson, surely, yes, get in! Swansea 1, Bristol City 0, and the changes have worked once again. Barbosa and Sigurdsson both coming off the bench, linking up there on the edge of the area. Barbosa fed the Icelandic playmaker, who finds the back of the net. Lockhead finds Sigurdsson through towards Barbosa. I think he might have strayed a fraction offside, I must say. I think we got a little bit lucky there, but we'll take the stroke of good luck. Sigurdsson with a goal, 1-0 Swansea, come on. And here is a highlight here with 5 minutes to go. Can we find ourselves the second goal to secure our passage into the next round? Well, here's Lockhead out wide towards Lingard, down the left-hand side, crosses Barbosa, surely puts it into the back of the net, and that will do it. Swansea 2, Bristol City 0. And again, I'm a tactical genius. Lingard down the left-hand side controls it, swings it into the centre, picks out Barbosa, subs linking up, and Barbosa, who got the assist for the first goal, gets the goal for the second. Swansea 2, Bristol City 0. Plymouth will see you in the next round. Just waiting for the final whistle any second now. One final chance possibly of Gylfi swinging in across, and Williams heads it in to put the icing on the cake. Ashley Williams, the skipper, scores the goal to make it 3-0, and we are in to the next round in the end pretty comfortably. And I feel as though Bristol City going down to 10 men through that injury did not help them one bit. Obviously, Swansea 3, Bristol City 0. Sigurdsson with the assist, Williams the skipper with the header. Swansea 3, Bristol City 0, and we did it the hard way, you know, relying on extra time, but at least at the end of the day we have made it through. That's the most important thing. We avoid embarrassment, back-to-back wins for the first time in quite a while. Very good to see, and glad that in the end we did get there, albeit through extra time. So I'll calmly tell them it was a good win, boys. Well done. I must say Lockhead actually played really, really well, so I guess I can't be too surprised anymore. But either way, pleased to get the win, delighted with that, and Plymouth, we will indeed see you in the next round. Looking forward to it. And that will end today's episode in my Football Manager series as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I shall return with games against Southampton away at St Mary's before the first leg of our Europa League first knockout round game against Mainz here at the Liberty Stadium. So 2 big games there, 1 in the Premier League, 1 in the Europa League, as we aim to get 2 big wins. So thanks for watching today's episode. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please leave a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon.